It's time to talk about rolls. And I don't mean cinnamon rolls, although that's sounding pretty good right now. I'm talking about double stroke rolls. A double stroke roll is when you play 2 notes per hand, like this. That's just a long, slow double stroke roll. As I speed it up, we're going to talk about lessons 6, 9, and 15. And all these rolls are of different lengths. Starting with lesson 6, we're going to have the 5-stroke roll, 7-stroke roll, and 9-stroke roll. The 5-stroke roll is just that, 5 notes. One, two, three, four, 5. As I speed that up, it is 3 hand motions. 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to talk about the skeletons of the rolls. So the skeleton of a 5-stroke roll is just right, left, right, or left, right, left. And then we're going to double the first 2 notes. Right, left, right, left, right, left. The skeleton of a 7-stroke roll is left, right, or right, left, left. And I double every note except the last one. Left, right, right, left. Same thing with a 9-stroke roll. 9-stroke roll would be right, left, right, or left, right, left. Double the first 4 notes and then end with a tap. Right, left, right, left, right, left. So we name the rolls by exactly how many notes are in them. And that can get kind of confusing. I remember learning the rudiments, learning the roll rudiments when I was young, and all those numbers got really confusing to me. Because on the PAS rudiment list, there's the 5-stroke roll, 6-stroke roll, 7, the 9, the 10, 11, 13, and 15, which is still confusing to me. But I just really think of the length of the roll. So a 5-stroke roll is generally an 8th note. 1 and 2, 1 and 2, or 1 and 2, 1 and 2. A 9-stroke roll is generally a quarter note ending on another quarter note. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So from one downbeat to the next, or one upbeat to the next. Sections 6, 9, and 15 all deal with some pretty funky music. We have funk, hip-hop, and then section 15 is disco or techno music. So get ready to get funky. I'm going to demonstrate lesson 6 Etude at tempo 2. Now tempo 2 is rather slow, and this is difficult to do. Some people are going to think that playing the slow tempos are easier. They're not. There's more space between each note, so it requires more stick control. Make sure that you play the slow tempos. Even if you can play tempo 4 and tempo 5, it doesn't mean you can play tempo 1 and tempo 2. Lesson 9 discusses the 6, 9, 10, and 11 stroke rolls. Now notice 2 of these are even numbers. This can get a little confusing, but bear with me. The 6-stroke roll has a single, 2 doubles, and a single, like so. Off the left hand. If I played them consecutively, it'd sound like this. A little faster. Or starting with the left hand, which is always important. The 10-stroke roll ends with 2 taps. So it's basically a 9-stroke roll with 1 extra tap. So a 9, and then 1 more tap. So, and then off the left. Consecutively. Off the left. Now I'd like to talk about interpretation. We can play the rolls exactly as 30-second notes, or we can spread them out a little bit and slur them. So I can play a 6-stroke roll quantized as 30-second notes, or I could slur it and play it as a 6-tuplet. Or somewhere in between. That's a beautiful thing about music. It's interpretation. One way isn't right and one way isn't wrong. They're just different. I'm going to play Lesson 9, Exercise number 4 at tempo 3. This is where we take the 6-stroke rolls and I'm going to play them as 6-tuplets. And this fits really well in funk music. So this interpretation of this rudiment fits this style of music. And I'm going to play it on the hi-hat, match grip. In Lesson 15, we're going to discuss the 13, the 15, and the 17-stroke rolls. These are longer rolls, and we're going to talk about the skeletons right now. In exercise number 1 in Lesson 15, the first measure is the skeleton of the 13-stroke roll, followed by the skeleton of the 15-stroke roll, and then the 17-stroke roll. So a 13-stroke roll, think of as 1E and a 2E and. And we're going to double all the notes except the last one. 1E and a 2E and. So when I think of a 13-stroke roll, to me 13 notes is quite confusing. I don't count to 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's very difficult to do. So I think of a dotted quarter note followed by a tap. So 1 and 2 and. 1 and 2 and. 1 and 2 and. Start with the left. Ambidexterity is very important. If you notice, in most of these exercises, when you repeat them, you start with the left hand. And that is the case in exercise 1 in lesson 15. This is lesson 15, exercise number 1 at tempo 2. Once again, this is a slow tempo. It's difficult to control the sticks. It's very important you practice all these exercises at slow tempos and fast tempos. It creates slightly different problems. The slow tempos, more space between the notes, you have to be more precise.